Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my first impressions video for the first episode of Wonder Egg Priority. So, I decided to check this out because I had heard a lot of people talking about this. I'd seen a lot of people posting about it on social media, especially Twitter. And while I never learned directly what it's about, I heard people really like it and that it's a really surprising series. So I wanted to give it a chance. I decided to watch the first episode, and it's like I feel like I just watched a Satoshi Kon film with the amount of trippy psychological bullshit that I just experienced. Well, not just experienced. I experienced it like yesterday, but still. Or was it like 2 days ago? I don't even remember now. I think it was 2 days ago. But either way, um, this series is very trippy. It's very psychological and it's very interesting. Um, Based on the first episode, which is all I have seen right now, I don't see the appeal yet. I don't see the hype. Um, but I see like an interest factor at least. Um, so let's talk about the story. So it centers around this girl. I think her name is I, like AI. Um, I'm not 100% on that though. But she is like really depressed, it seems, really just tucked away in her own little bubble. And we find out it's because she has a friend who committed suicide. And it was her only friend, her best friend. She was pretty much alone outside of her. So, because of this, though, because of her friend committing suicide, she's kind of retreated even further into her shell and is just kind of becomes extremely reclusive, even to the point of not going to school and stuff, and her teacher having to bring her worksheets and stuff. But one night during what appears to be a dream, she's given an egg, and in the dream, I don't even know if it's the same dream. I think it might be a different dream, like maybe a day or two later or something. I don't know. Things weren't entirely in chronological order. Um, but she is coerced into breaking the egg. The egg, after being broken, enlarges and hatches a girl who ends up being chased by these creatures called Xenoevils. All one word, by the way. The Xenoevils, and this is where it starts getting really trippy because the Xenoevils, the way they move, the way they're animated, are notably different from the way our characters move and are animated. They have these creepy smiles. There's one that's humanoid and the rest are not. They're like little imp-like creatures, almost like you'd see like in Persona 5 or something. But all of their eyes are like blurred out, like censorship blurred out. And when you find out they're called See No Evils, it's like, oh, okay, that's really intentional then. It's not just censoring. um, and so they chase them, and the girls end up, I and this other girl end up escaping them for a time, but eventually the other girl ends up the other girl's the one actually being chased by them. I is she could actually ignore it if she wanted to. But as she at one point sees the other girl about to be killed by them, she steps in and defends her and saves her. And at that point it seems like her purpose with this egg is completed or something, because it's like the other girl, it's like she kind of like disappears, and it's like this entire thing about like it's almost like she solved it or something. It's hard to explain. And then she ends up having to get another egg, and at that point she sees someone else there getting eggs as well, and a bunch of them too. So it's like it's very trippy and weird. Again, the animation and art and everything on the See No Evils is so drastically different. It's creepy as hell, but actually in a pretty good way. That part I will admit is pretty good. Um, it definitely seems to be going for a very heavy type of series. With the discussions on depression, just mental disorder, and just very serious topics in general. Suicide being a big one. It definitely seems to be going for very important, heavy topics. So there is that, but I think the part where it just hasn't impressed me enough yet is our main character herself. Like I've seen a lot of people saying on like Twitter and everything that they really like her, that she's like this fantastic character or something. That must happen in future episodes because the first episode she is so fucking boring. Like I get it. Like believe me, I get it. As someone who's been super depressed throughout a lot of my life, as someone who has attempted suicide, as someone who's gone through a lot of mental disability and stuff, it's like I understand seeming boring to others. In fact, it's one thing I'm constantly worrying about. Um, I get it though. But the thing is, from a viewing perspective, as a watcher and everything, it's a little jarring when your main character is doesn't have a lot going for her. I do believe that's the point, that she's going to grow and become, well, more of a character as the series goes on. I actually do believe that's what they're going for here, but it doesn't make it easier or more entertaining to watch at this moment, having only seen again one episode. Um, we see this little creature that gives her the egg. I don't remember if it's a butterfly or a bird or something. It's something like that, but it's like it has like the voice actor behind it is clearly having a blast. He's just really hamming it up. Um, and although the voice acting is good, otherwise it just seems like his voice acting is on a higher level than everyone else's, and it's a little weird. Um, but again, like I said, the main character just she doesn't have a lot going for her in this first episode, and it doesn't hook me in, and that's the issue. Um, it doesn't like really hook me in enough, and I'm really interested to see like what the big thing with the dream world versus the real world is, because she gets injured, our main character gets injured in the dream world, and it's not supposed to affect her. Like she's even told that she'll just heal and stuff, but then in the real world she has the same injury and actually ends up hospitalized because of it. And it's like, wait, this is contradicting itself now, or is that the point? And it's like it's so trippy and weird, and I can't tell what's intentional or not all the time. But it very much is reminiscent of a Satoshi Kon film for me, or even more specifically, not a Satoshi Kon film, but Satoshi Kon's only directorial series, Paranoia Agent. It is very Paranoia Agent to me. But the only problem is Paranoia Agent had more of this ensemble set of characters, while this one definitely seems like it's going to be following this main character, this main girl, the entire time. And it's definitely told in a very different way that makes, honestly, in my eyes, Paranoia Agent just instantly more engaging. And that might also be because it's actually Satoshi Kon who did Paranoia Agent, but still. Um, Again, the series might get better as I go on, and I'm definitely going to continue to check it out, but I don't know about it yet. It is only a first episode. It is only a first impressions, so it definitely has a lot of room to improve. And I'm hoping it does. But it's just something that, as of the first episode, I kind of see a little bit of the appeal, but I don't see why it's gotten such a huge amount of hype. I think it's being kind of overblown right now. But again, that opinion might change as I get more into it. So, in the meantime, without spoiling anything from the future, no spoilers, tell me what you think generally or just specifically about episode 1 of Wonder Egg Priority, if you've seen it. And if not, I mean, I would suggest checking it out. I would suggest giving it a chance. You might end up liking it more than I did. If you like Satoshi Kon films, you'll probably be at home. I feel, or at least you'll be interested enough in it. Um, Hopefully, maybe. I'm not going to automatically assume. But either way, yeah, tell me your thoughts just without any spoilers down in the comments below, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.